Welcome to Coming Home to Yourself, the podcast for high-achieving women who look like put together on the outside, but feel like they're quietly crumbling inside. I'm Jagoda, a coach, a mother, a woman who's walked through public criticism, private self-doubt, and the quiet ache of wondering if I was ever enough. I've been bullied. I've been dismissed for being just a mom. And for years, I questioned my voice until I began to come home to myself. This is your space to exhale, to stop performing strength and start living your truth. Each week, I share honest stories, gentle insights, and soul-deep shifts to help you reconnect with the woman beneath the roles, the one you've forgotten, the one you miss, the one who's always been there. If you're tired of being the strong one, the capable one, the one who never breaks, you belong here. This is the invitation to slow down, to soften, and to finally feel safe inside your own life. You were never broken. You were never too much. You don't need to fix yourself. You just need to come home to yourself. Let's begin. I don't remember choosing perfection. It just became something I followed, like an ideal. Do it right. Look the part. Don't give them a reason to question you. Be the woman who never sleeps. It didn't come from pride. It came from fear. Fear of being seen as less than. Fear of someone noticing the cracks. Fear of being seen, not just as imperfect, but as wrong. And if you're anything like me, you might understand this feeling. Because perfection was my armor, but it also became my cage. I grew up in a world where being good wasn't enough. You had to be excellent. Failure wasn't an option. Only those who succeeded were worthy of love, of approval, of being seen. It wasn't said out loud, but it was always there, that pressure. I learned early that mistakes weren't allowed, that weakness made me target, that being emotional, vulnerable, human was dangerous. So I became really good at being good. Good at school, good at managing, good at holding it all together. From the outside, I looked confident, capable, solid. But inside I was terrified that one wrong move would prove it is the other way around, that I don't belong, that I'm a fraud. Even though I overcame a lot of challenges in childhood, I still carried parts of that into adulthood, into motherhood, into my career, into every role I played. And that version of me in my adulthood looked like she had it all figured out. Steady job, 3 beautiful children, a schedule so tightly packed it didn't leave room for breathing. And still, I tried to do it all perfectly. Never ask for help. Never let them see me sweat. Because perfectionism gave me a sense of control. But the more I tried to be perfect, the more I disconnected from myself, the more I succeeded on paper, the more I disappeared in my own life. And I started asking questions I was too afraid to say out loud. What if I stop doing everything and it all falls apart? What if I later learn is that perfectionism isn't a personality trait? It's a survival strategy. It's how we try to feel worthy in a world that taught us our value is conditional. Some time ago, I came across this story I want to share with you. It's a story of a powerful baron, the founder of one of the most successful families of all times. He never gave interviews, never posed for photos. He believed that anything worth saying could be said in one sentence. So, a curious journalist chased him for years and finally got the chance to interview him. He asked, Baron, what's the secret to your great success? The Baron answered, 2 words. What are they? The journalist asked. Good decisions. And how do you make good decisions? The journalist continued. 1 word. Which word? Experience. And how do you gain experience? The Baron paused, smiled, and said, 2 words. Bad decisions. That was it. His first and last interview. This story stays with me because isn't that what we're all afraid of? Making bad decisions. We want to get it all right the first time, right? But it's the getting it wrong that teaches us the most. Perfectionism doesn't live in the world. It lives in our thinking. Perfectionism is just a thought about how we must be, how we must work, what we must achieve. And then repeat it often enough that we start to believe it's who we are. And that is something we need to do, we need to chase. It's a loop in the mind that feels like truth, but it isn't. But we're not our thoughts. And a gift of consciousness is that when we become aware of the thought, we don't have to obey it. We can witness it, observe it, and choose something different, something softer, something truer. You see, the mind is always creating stories, but the soul, the deeper self, it's still. It's wise, and it knows that your value has never been tied to your output. The more we return to that quiet space, the more we can let go of the need to get it all right. The more we live from the inside out, the more we trust that even in the mess, we're okay. And you know what I learned through all this process? Nothing fell apart when I stopped trying to be perfect. The world didn't collapse. In fact, it got quieter. easier, more alive. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel like I was running from myself. And slowly, I began to trust that I didn't need to perform to be loved. I could just be. So, to the women listening today, the ones who are always the strong ones, the ones who get things done, the ones who rarely make mistakes because they don't allow themselves the space to, I see. And I want to ask you something. What would change if you gave yourself permission to be average once in a while? To drop the performance, to make a bad decision, to not have the perfect answer, to just be human. You know, the safest place isn't the one with the highest walls. It's the one where you can finally exhale and just be. Before I close today, I want to leave you with this. What if you never had to earn your worth in the first place? What if the woman underneath all that pressure is already enough? Take care. Thank you for being here, for listening, for feeling, for letting these words land wherever they needed to. If something stirred in you today, let that be enough. You don't need to figure it all out. You don't need to rush to fix or change anything. Just keep listening to yourself. And if this episode offered you something, a breath, a truth, a shift, I'd love to know. Come find me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are in captions. Or send me a message with a word that spoke to you most. I read every one. Because this isn't just a podcast, it's a return to your body, to your breath, to your heart, to your own voice. And no matter how far you've wandered, you're never too far gone to turn around and come home. Until the next time, take care of yourself.